afternoon, everybody. I'm John Ellis, live from Pierce Field in Arlington, Massachusetts, for today's battle between Arlington and Stoneham in boys varsity lacrosse. Last year's contest was closely fought, a 5-4 win by Arlington. Arlington is coming off of a victory, two-game victory streak. On Monday, they beat Lexington for the first time in 8 years by the score of 7-4. Stoneham, on the other hand, is coming off a 12-4 loss to Burlington. These teams have played 5 like opponents. Stoneham going 0-5, and the Arlington Spy Ponders going 1-4 with a win over Woburn, who the Stoneham Spartans had lost to. I'm joined by Sarah Grable. She'll be providing color commentary today. Her son, John Grable, is a senior and captain who will be attending Indiana University, I believe, in the fall.
But Will's a senior. John's my younger guy.
Sorry,
but yeah,
sorry.
That's all right. We have
I will make that mistake
kids
again.
of mutual ages. It happens.
And just so we're clear to the fans at home, I will mispronounce many names.
It's fine.
Some of the scores will be misidentified.
Yeah.
Penalties will be confused, but we'll try to get the final score right. And we have a great crew here filming, high school students and managers from ACMi. So we'll try to do the best we can on this broadcast, and we'll see how this game goes. Starting temperature is about 62 degrees. We have a light breeze coming out of the south-southwest, sort of from Route 2, headed towards Sims Hospital. And it's a nice day for a lacrosse game.
Wouldn't expect it to be sunny here. Never is.
We've had some chilly ones this spring. Sarah, as a fellow hockey parent, I feel there's nothing colder than a lacrosse game, even after hockey season.
This is true. There's no rain in a ring.
All right, we are ready for a face-off. It's taken by Will Grable, and Lexi Chaposis, the long stick midfielder, is going to pick it up and move it into the offensive zone to Grable.
Oh, great.
Wow.
A quick goal. So that was
Quick
Grable
goal.
to Hausman to
Carter Hausman.
Christy Placido.
Moving over to Christy Placido. So Christy Placido wearing number 22. That's the first goal with an assist from Carter Hausman. And with just 13 seconds into the game after a face-off win,
The Spy Ponders are going to like that.
is winning 1-0. So no changes in personnel. And we'll run it again.
So it's good to see the Spy Ponders offense is functioning okay without
Grable battles for it. Traposis picks it again. Pretty similar situation. John Schneider is on the field with Grable. And now we'll have a switch. Arlington will bring on new personnel. Grable stays on. Actually, Grable's going off.
Well, Will Keneally and Ryan Hart will join the attack.
Will Keneally coming in, and it looks like
George Barris.
George Barris. Our attackmen are Carter Hausman and Joe and Christy Placido.
Yeah, so Joe is stepping into some big shoes. He's doing a great job, but senior attackman Nate Lucian is battling an injury, which is kind of hard in these final games of the season. You like the seniors to be out there, but Joe's doing an incredible job, racking up a lot of points this week.
This team has had a bunch of injuries. I think three captains are out now. Laurie Forrest hasn't played a game. Cam Deasy has missed at least the last 3 or 4, and I think is out for the season.
Yeah. So Ori had surgery in the offseason, and Cam had an early season injury, so those both really hurt. Oh, thanks, Joe.
So that was Christy Placido looking for Joe DiPlacido in front of the goal. A shot and a block. Ball's on the ground, and it's going to be recovered by Ryan Hart. Hart moves it back to Keneally, who sets it up again. He's going to work against number 14 for Stoneham.
Keneally certainly due for some goals today. He had a frustrating day the other day.
Go back to Hausman. Hausman looks over to Ryan Hart. Hart's going to attack the goal. We have Christy Placido at X behind the goal. He's going to come around and move the ball to Hausman. Back up to Keneally. Keneally drives the net, and an errant pass picked off by number 18 for Stoneham.
And George Barris with the stick check, and he knocks it out. Change of possession.
Arlington recovers.
Which is good for the Spy Ponders to be in the driver's seat of some possession changes. Usually we're kind of getting frustrated and losing the ball, so this is a positive.
Hausman has it again. We're at 9:35 left, so just 3 minutes into the game. Arlington has had it in the offensive zone the entirety of the game. That's Joe DiPlacido working with the ball, back to his brother Chris. Chris moves it over to Ryan Hart. Hart, pressured by two defenders, moves it up to Keneally. Keneally's going to take a long shot.
Oh, good save.
Wide of the net and picked up by Chris DiPlacido, who'll bring it in. DiPlacido comes from behind the net. Another errant shot. Arlington will maintain possession. Joe DiPlacido moving it up top to Keneally. Keneally moves it over to Hart, Barbaras. Wide shot, and the Arlington ball. Chris DiPlacido again with the ball behind the net. He'll work on 0 for Stoneham. A shot is blocked. Ground ball loose on the sideline by the 10-yard line. 4 or 5 players around it. Still on the ground. Picked up by Stoneham, but then dropped again. We have almost everyone in the offensive zone around the ball right now. And
fundamentals.
Stoneham goalie will cover.
Gets a free clear here. Oh, no.
Nope.
Maybe it was out of bounds.
Arlington possession.
Maybe someone covered or held a stick down or something.
Our officials today are Dylan Davies and Alan Snyder. Chris DiPlacido working against number 14. He's going to move back up to Barras. Barras thinks about a shot from long range, but thinks better of it, moves it over to DiPlacido. DiPlacido works on his defender, and a shot goes over the net. Arlington's defense hasn't gotten any action today so far, but out there for the Spy Ponders are Ryan Skull, Steve Moyer, and Phil Dorgan.
Having a pretty good conversation with the attackman of Stoneham, so maybe they're discussing college plans.
I do appreciate that they are actually watching the game.
Yeah.
Which occasionally
Somewhat.
I see these conversations evolve, and it doesn't look like they're actually paying attention.
Yeah, I think you're being generous there, but hey, why not?
So we have
Like a good amicable game.
that's Chris DiPlacido. His brother Joe tries to set a pick for him, but instead the ball moves up top to Will Keneally. Keneally working 1-on-1 with the defender. Pass back, but it's going to be
that's frustrating.
a missed pass.
All that possession and
With
get
the
a turnover.
connection. Yeah, we had 5 minutes of possession and the goal with 13 seconds, and the other 4 minutes and 45 seconds. A few missed shots, but goals. So Stolen goalie's going to carry it up himself to about the 30-yard line. He moves it over to stick. Arlington pressure, long pass into the Stoneham offensive zone, and it looks like it's going to go out of bounds. That was a short possession for Stoneham Spartans. That's Ryan Skull with his first action of the game. He's going to move it over to Derek Wolf, the goalie. The bobble there, but we'll see if they can clear it cleanly. Not a lot of pressure from Stoneham right now. They're content to let Arlington get it up to the 30-yard line. We're going to move it up to Grable, who's into the offensive zone. Ball moves over to Will Keneally. Keneally moves it over to Snyder. Not seeing a change. It looks like Snyder maybe is going to come off now. Arlington's going to switch up its offense. Defenseman on the field, and they're just going to be content to hold it here at the 40-yard line. Still not really applying any pressure at all. Keneally attacks the goal, shot wide and high of the net. But it'll be our ball. With 5:55 left in the first period, 1-0 Arlington.
Yeah, for sure. Arlington would love to increase that number on the scoreboard. I think they're probably looking for some more high-quality shots. Now that they know that they can possess the ball down here.
The bouncing shot by Grable wide of the net.
I can imagine at the break at the quarter what the discussion might be.
Well, Stoneham isn't applying a ton of pressure. It does seem like there might be opportunities to get higher percentage shots than some of those long-distance ones.
Yeah.
Stoneham brings the ball up the court. They're at the 40-yard line. Pressure by Christy Placido. Stoneham's number 4. Looks like he was possibly forced out of bounds. Good play by Arlington there.
Could have been Dylan McGann.
Uh,
far side, I think, yeah.
I'm seeing Gann is out there now. Lexi Traposis is out
He
there.
might have been pushed out. Yeah, that's a tough sideline over there.
So now Lexi Traposis is out as a close. He's still in the field as the LSM, and we have our same 3. Close D. Wearing number 33, Dylan McGann out there with Will Keneally. We're at 5 minutes left, and Stoneham seeing its first extensive play in the offensive zone. 14 for Stoneham, working against McGann.
Yeah, the Ponders really want to hold them here and not end the quarter with a goal.
Certainly dominated time of possession.
Yeah, they deserve it.
Make sure the scoreboard stays the same. There's a shot wide of the net. The race is going to be won by Stoneham. Rennie, who looks like John Zinsky, is going to bring it out. He's being checked by Steve Moyer. Stoneham successfully sets up their offense. The eye in the offensive zone. Long pass to the X position. Doesn't connect. And
That's what we needed.
Arlington will take over. Brian Skull. Let's see if Arlington can move it cleanly out of their defensive zone. Still not applying a lot of pressure. They're both bringing it up. He's at about the 30-yard line. Going to make a long pass to John Snyder. Completion. Snyder's going to attack the net. He finds Joe DiPlacido, who's not able to take a shot. Looks like it slipped out of his net. And it will be Stoneham ball with 3:45 left in the first period. Stoneham's got to be careful here. There's a little bit of pressure from Arlington, but they successfully move it into their offensive zone. That's Minsky working against Posis behind the net at the X position. Out the team backs off. They're kind of a light drizzle now, not a heavy rain. I don't think it's impacting play much. Maybe the fans a little bit. I see a few umbrellas in the stands. Lower fan turnout today. Oh, clean shot from number 14.
Yeah.
That was I think
it's really unfortunate.
Broken coverage. That was Frank Hano with the goal. He wears number 14, takes faceoffs for the Stone Spartans. We have a 1-1 game with 3 minutes in the game. Looked like there was maybe some miscommunication, maybe a switch that didn't happen.
Yeah, I think Arlington's been trying to stick to their zone defense for the season.
Rabel out there for another face-off. This time it's Stoneham comes away with it. Long stick midfielder with possession. Now he attacks the net. There's a shot. It will be Arlington. Oh, maybe there was a pass, not a shot.
You can hear the Stoneham team communicating. They definitely want to press this there.
It's
They
John
got a little more
Snyder
zest.
bringing it up. Goes through 2, 3. Stone defenders, drops the ball on the ground. He's surrounded by 3 blue shirts. Not much help for him right there, but he's able to pick it up himself.
Failure to advance.
And
now we got a flag. Not sure. Am I allowed to see? I guess I wasn't looking at 20. What happened? Could have been something in that kerfuffle with Snyder there. I don't know.
So Arlington is going to have their first.
It could have been as simple as offsides, actually. Now that I look at the wider field.
Arlington's got 6 and Stoneham's got 5 defenders, so it's our first man up possession of the game. We've got Grable out there with Hart and Keneally at the midfield, the DiPlacidos and Hausman. A wide shot, and 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Arlington's trying to take the lead after a successful first period from a possession standpoint.
18
shot off
takes
the head
it off the
number 18.
off the head. Oh, come out there.
Marco Carba who took it off the head. Oh, there goes the roster. Ball on the ground.
Now we're gonna
Grable
test your
comes away with
knowledge.
it. Nice job picking up that ground ball. But his passes
Yeah, this
doesn't connect.
quarter is kind of topsy-turvied. Ryan Hart's giving chase.
So Stoneham's going to have possession with 1:30 left in the first quarter, working on a 1-1 tie. Stoneham has to be happy to have that tie. Arlington's in possession of the ball for probably 75% of the game time. Stoneham working 20 yards away from the net. See if they can set up some kind of offense. Ryan Hart providing defense against number 14, who scored the goal for Stoneham. Back to number 12 at X. Quick pass in front, doesn't connect. Heading for the sidelines. Stoneham player number
Austin
4
White
giving
made
the
a good
chase.
run for it, but came up short.
It will be Arlington ball. That's Chris DiPlacido. He's going to carry it in himself. Trying to work past his long stick defender. He gets by him. Finds his brother.
That's
a
what we
quick
needed.
shot on the ground. And that's goal Arlington. Joe DiPlacido from his brother Chris DiPlacido. Arlington takes a 2-1 lead with just 38 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll see our same face-off midfielders out here. We have John Schneider, Alexi Traposis, and Bill Grable taking the face-off. I think the face-off count is maybe 2-1 Arlington.
I don't know. Oh, he's at a
Traposis came away with the ball twice, and Stoneham's long stick midfielder got the other. Ball's on the ground, kicked around. Snyder fights for it. He's got 2 on him. He picks it up, moves cleanly to Alexi Traposis, and Arlington is going to win that face-off. Carter Hausman working with the ball as Arlington changes its personnel. Neely comes on with Hart and Barris. Shot goes wide. It'll be Arlington ball. Joe DiPlacido is going to bring it up from on the net.
About 5 seconds. The sidelines counting down. Quick goal would have been really nice before the half.
Quick shot from Will Keneally does connect, and at the end of one quarter, it's 2-1 Arlington. And our crack staff of camera people is going to show us a couple replays from the first period. First, we have a goal from the first goal of the game from Chris DiPlacido. We'll load that up for the fans at home. And that came with just 13 seconds into the first quarter. And that was the Stoneham goal. That was scored by number 14. Apologize if I'm mispronouncing. We've got 8 seconds left before we blow the whistle again and restart. Cloudy here. The lights are on the sidelines. Pleasant May day. Breeze is picking up just a bit. Trees are starting to bloom. They're not fully in leafed out yet. There was a varsity baseball practice to our right earlier. That seems to have ended, as did a varsity softball practice to our left. They have a new facility here in Arlington. All of the sports fields are real close to each other, which is fun for the students, fun for the fans to be able to watch multiple games in a single afternoon. Sometimes you can hear the cheering from one set of stands to the next. John Grable is out there for another face-off as we start the second quarter. Kosis gives chase, and he is fighting for the ground ball. Looks like it's on the sideline. Stoneham player traps it, and Arlington's going to come away with it again. They've been quite successful on face-offs today. I think it's probably 5-1, 5-1 in possessions after the face-offs. 11:39 left in the second quarter. Arlington is bringing on his new personnel. That's Keneally with it. He passes over to Ryan Hart. Hart takes a shot from a tough angle and comes away with a goal. So that's an unassisted goal from Ryan Hart, making it 3-1 Arlington. And we'll see if we have a replay for you. Here is that's the aftermath of the shot from Hart. So now out for Arlington to take the faceoff looks like Austin White, Ashton Ellis in at long stick midfielder. Ball's on the ground, and it's picked up by John Snyder. Ellis will exit the field as Grable comes on. That's Carter Houseman who comes away with the ball after a missed shot. Christy Placido is going to pick it up. He's working on number 1, providing quite aggressive defense. DiPlacido passes it up to Grable. Grable is going to move it out to Keneally, who's just come onto the field for, I believe, Austin White, or maybe it was Snyder he replaced. And Ryan Hart giving chase as the long stickman is unable to bring it up the field. Arlington keeps possession. Bounce pass from Keneally. And we've got a penalty on the field. That's Will Keneally, who was hit, fine. So we're going to get a penalty on Stoneham with 10:32 left in the second quarter. Arlington holding a 3-1 lead. They've had possession for, say, 75% of the game. Stoneham's going to bring out another long stick defenseman. They'll be playing with 5. Arlington will have 6. Try to pad to their lead. Joe DiPlacido passing back all the way around the crease. Grable's holding it up at the top of the crease, top of the circle. And behind the X position, long shot, score, Will Keneally. 4-1 Arlington. Spy Ponders handling the Spartans with ease at the moment. Arlington is in the hunt for a playoff position. They're currently ranked 28th in the Division I power rankings. Stoneham is also expected to make their state tournament. They play at Division III, even though both teams are in the Middlesex League. So we're going to have Austin White out for the face-off. He's joined by John Snyder and Ashton Ellis, with 10:14 left, and Arlington holding a 4-1 lead. Ball's on the ground. Still on the ground. Snyder fights for it. White gives chase, and it's Snyder who comes away with it. Snyder moves it up to Houseman. Takes a shot wide of the net, and it'll be Arlington ball as they still are adding possession. Bodie White, number 13, freshman midfielder, comes out for his first possession of the game. He's out there with Ryan Hart. Ball's on the ground. Stoneham long stickman into the offensive zone. Number 24 working against Ryan Skull. Stick check by Hart, puts the ball on the ground, still on the ground. Fight for it. And on the ground again, we have, now that's Steve Moyer fighting for it and Phil Dorgan comes away with it, and it moves to Derek Wolf. And Arlington will try to cleanly move it up out of their defensive zone. Lexi Japrosis looking over to Skull on the far sideline. Instead goes to Grable. Grable carries it into the offensive zone. Pressured by 2 defenders, and we're going to have a flag on the play against Stoneham. Arlington will have a chance to shot before the whistle blows. We have number 8 for Arlington. George Barris comes out, takes the shot. Stoneham goalie recovers, and we'll have another penalty on Stoneham. 8:37 left in the second quarter. So Grable out there with Brian Hart, Will Keneally, Joe and Chris Cito. Brian Hart. Ball moves to Cito. Nearly at top of the net, now goes behind the net to the X position. Grable in front of the net. Shot just wide of the net. Arlington will take possession again with 8:24 left, first half. Got Hausman working behind the net, moves it over to Cito, to Grable. Grable spins it over to Reinhardt. We're back at X. Pass front from Carter Hausman gets blocked, and Stoneham's going to recover and move it into the front court. I am now joined by color commentary by Kate Lucen. Joins me again, and she'll take over for Sarah Grable. Welcome, Kate. I'm not
Hello, John. Thanks for having me.
glad to be here with you, Kate. A little cloudier today. Lights are on at the field. It's a pleasant day. Comfortable for the fans. I'm seeing a few winter jackets, couple umbrellas.
The golf umbrellas are out.
Golf umbrellas are out. We've had a timeout on the field. I didn't notice who called it.
That's my fault because I distracted you. Sorry about that.
Could be either team. Stoneham probably wants to set. Arlington wants to keep the momentum going, so I'm going to go with the Stoneham timeout. But I can't be sure about that.
I'm observing some of our undressed players on the far sideline hitting the hacky sack.
Hacky sack is back.
It is
Kate.
back. Never would have predicted that one.
There's a whole ecosystem of stats for hacky sacks. I learned yesterday about shoes which are considered illegal for hacky sack. I'm not sure who polices the
Legality
or
and
illegality
protocol.
of
Right.
hacky sacks, but I asked my son about it, and he said, yeah, that a certain shoe, I don't know. You guys know what shoes are illegal for hacky sacks? I bet someone on our staff here.
If our viewers are interested, Sackington Spy Ponders on Instagram is the Arlington Spy Ponders official hacky sack website or whatever, Insta.
And in other important matters, Kate, I believe there's been some changes to Arlington's senior assassins.
Yes,
status
we're in
since we
round
last
2.
spoke.
We are in round 2, and in a controversial battle, Finn Murphy, player on the team, has Will Grable as his target, also a player on the team. So there's a lot of drama coming and going from practices and games.
Hopefully they're able to work together for the rest of this game at least. I imagine there must be ground rules and you can't shoot.
You cannot be on school property or in a game practice scenario, so it has to
I think it would
be
be unfair if he was coming to the sidelines after a face-off.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Only to be plunked with his work on.
And I believe that Carter Hausman is out. He was in until yesterday, so he's been knocked out.
One less Spy Pond Lax player with a chance for the crown. So Stoneham is going to have possession here. We're at both teams at even strength. Stoneham looking for glimmer, a spark. Got just one goal here with 7 minutes to go in the first half. That goal was scored by number 14, Zielinski. Cosmo Ciccarello working at the top of the key with the ball. Moving it over to Frank Fricano. And not finding many openings.
Our defense is doing a nice job on the zone these days.
An improvement from the start of the season. Most of the defense had never played defense before, and been a big source of improvement. Quick shot from number 14, stopped by Wolf. And Arlington will see if they can get a clean exit out of the zone. Wolf's going to carry it up to about the 20-yard line. Missed pass with Steve Moyer, but he was able to recover. A long pass, stepped in front of by the Stoneham Spartan, and Stoneham will have the ball again. Dylan McGann coming out to play defense with Grable and Snyder. Sorry, Lexi Traposis and Snyder. 5:50 to go. That's number 14, Frank Cano, in the blue uniform at the top. Offense around the 30-yard line. Cosmo Ciccarella now. Traposis will give him a lot of space. He's not much of a threat to shoot from that distance. Stoneham will shift their personnel.
Nice D by Ryan Skull behind the net
Skull.
there.
Pressure the net, the X position. Stoneham backs off even further now. They're set up more at the 30-yard line, 40-yard line was. So they were at the 30. So they're going to try to bring it in a little closer, make something happen. 14 thought about a long shot, but decided not to, and he's going to spin it out to the top to number 6. Back to 4. Back to 6. And at the 30-yard line as it gets a little bit darker, a little bit cooler here, as starts to feel like evening is settling in on this May 6th, 2026. Number 6 working with it. He's not able to find an opening. The ball goes to the ground. McGann applies pressure. Stoneham has been successful at holding the ball here for 2 minutes, but they haven't really considered any threats to score. And they're still holding it up the 40-yard line. Stoneham seems to have kind of a short bench today.
I was noticing that as well, John.
Five players, and I don't believe they have a JV here. The arbiter app is correct. Now the ball moves back behind the net to X. Arlington tend to pressure without up, and we're going to get a penalty on Skull. And that will be Arlington's first man down situation as freshman Frank Falcone will come out. John Snyder will head to the sideline as well. So with 3:45, Stoneham has a chance after the penalty or a little bit closer.
Let's lock in defense.
14 from a long range, thinks about a shot, spins it out to number 24, 14, 10, 4. Able to get any close shots so far. 4 thinks about a shot against Wolf, but Wolf has a good angle. Postis provides the coverage. Quick shot.
Nice save by Derek
by
Wolf.
Wolf. And we are back at even strength.
We have a camera for
Has too many long poles out right now. I think he's supposed to have 4 and they have 5. But the rest don't seem to have noticed. I'll go behind the net as Moyer applies pressure on number 20. McGann hits the attacking number 4. Frank Falcone will come off for John Snyder as the shot goes wide. And with 2:34 left, Arlington still holding a 4-1 lead. Postus applies the pressure. Stoneham has had the ball here for at least 3 minutes. Not come away with any high threat shots. About the 30-yard line, number 4 works in against Snyder, but has to dump it out again to number 6. Postus will chase him down up around the 35-yard line. Arlington defending the west end of the field towards blue ribbon barbecue.
Nice defense.
Defensive block there by
Ryan
Skull. Ball's on the ground, but fortunately for the Spy Ponders, Stoneham comes up with it again. Quick pass is deflected. Ball's on the ground. Picked up again by number 12, Snyder, as number 12 for Stoneham as Snyder applies the pressure. Working high at the 40-yard line is number 4. He's going to spin against Japosis. Spins around and is able to get by him. Moves the ball to 14. Coverage by Moyer, and a nice shot by number 14. That's his second goal of the game.
He released quickly. That was a nice shot.
Okay. And it's 4-2. Arlington with 1:23 left in the first half. That'll be Austin White who'll come out for the faceoff. He'll be joined by Will Keneally at midfield, and Alexi Trabosis is the long stick midfielder. As the Arlington defense and Stoneham attack men want to chat about the goal. Ball's in play.
Good.
Austin White fights for it. He's got 2 people on him.
Good battle by
able to
Austin White there. Beautiful.
Fight through multiple checks. Tries to get it over to Joe Placido. Ball's on the ground. White comes away with it again. He's pressured by several Stoneham players. Not a lot of help for him there. For Arlington, the ball comes out, and Joe Placido's going to pick it up. No, it's going to be Stoneham ball. Official has given position to Stoneham. Arlington's going to apply some good pressure here. Try to make it difficult for Stoneham to exit, and that way we're successful. That's Carter Houseman with the ball, moving over to Joe Placido. He's looking for, Chris Placido. Shot by
Carter Houseman.
Houseman goes long. Arlington will bring out his personnel. That's George Barris jogging out, joined by Bodie Jardalisa, his second time out today. And Keneally. Keneally's got number 0 on him. Goes behind the net to Christy Placido. Who's going to fight through multiple checks, and then a shot by George Barris, caught by Stoneham. 10 seconds to go. Long pass on the ground, 5 seconds. And we're going to get a whistle with 2 seconds left, I assume.
A timeout?
Timeout. Stoneham probably trying to come up with a play that works with 2 seconds. We'll see what the coaches can drop.
That light rain might be getting a bit heavier.
People seem to be adjusting their hoods. And I'm seeing more umbrellas.
We'll take this timeout to, you've probably already shouted out our cameramen, but we've got Bodie and I believe John again on camera. Bodie again, and
have our full team here.
Excellent.
Nate Brooks, Kyle Jolie, Noah Redford, Race Soros, and Yasmin Verlano. Our complete team here, helping bring this broadcast to you.
I definitely walked past Bodie White on the camera as I came in. And his partner in crime was maybe...
Oh, you're right. I'm seeing Bodie White working the camera. And maybe John Gilman.
John Gilman, that's right. That's it.
All right, so the refs have put 4 more seconds back. We'll see if Stoneham can
Where's the ball?
come up with something here just before the first half. Long shot through a crowd, ball's on the ground. 2 seconds, 1 second, and that'll be the end of the first half. With the score, Arlington 4, Stoneham Spartans 2. We'll take a 5-minute break for the teams to set, connect, come back for more. So that was the second Stoneham goal. This replay, missed that one. That might have been Will Keneally's goal. The rest will head over to the tent. They'll get a drink of water. Been a well-officiated game. We've had not a lot of conflict. 3 penalties on Stoneham, 1 penalty against Arlington. Arlington's been in control most of the game, I would say.
I agree.
Kate?
Feels like a closer score than what we're seeing on the field so far.
Last year's game was a 5-4 win for Arlington. Obviously closely tested, also low scoring.
Awfully low scoring for a lacrosse game. Whew.
Do we have any injury updates?
We still have on injured reserve Cam Deasy with a broken hand, not playing in the midfield position. We are missing him. Nathaniel Lucian is still out with a pulled hamstring. He's on the attack position and not out there today. But in his place, we've got Joe DiPlacido, which is nice to see the DiPlacido brothers play together. So there's a rosy underside to that injury. And of course, missing Ori Forrest on the defense for the whole season.
Can you help me through the future plans of Arlington's seniors? Shall we go over that?
Sure. I actually should have gone back and searched to see the ones that I don't know, and I may do that in the downtime. But we know Carter Hausman playing at Wheaton College in Norton. George Barris is going to the University of Tampa. Will Grable is going to Indiana University, major in business there. I'm going to look up, the ones I'm going to look up are Stevie and Finn and...
Moore is going to the UNH. I went to the instrument that you turned me on to.
Great. Let's see.
Ori Forrest is going
Ori
to
Forrest
Endicott.
is going to Endicott. He's playing football there, in fact.
John Snyder, you told me,
John Snyder's going to College of Charleston. Yep. Just committed last week at the end of the week. Teddy Brecht, we can look him up, see if he's on there. Let's see, who else are we missing here? Some of these I just haven't seen come through that Instagram feed, but I'm going to do a quick search now while we wait for halftime.
You're a fan of Arlington sports, the AHS 2026 Instagram feed. It's called AHS 2026 Future Plans. Is a fun browse. The students post their college choices, their future plans, their favorite memories of classes and sports.
And a baby
cute
picture.
Pictures of themselves as children and
the baby picture is worth
young
worth
adults.
It all.
Oh, with the rain's coming down a little heavier for sure. See the on the field. We'll have another minute to go in the break before we start here in Arlington. Tries to find a way to pad it.
Oh, Teddy Brecht's going to Lehigh University. He's going to major in finance and international relations. That's exciting news there. Let's see, who else am I looking for here? Finn Murphy. I don't see, they're not all up yet because many students just committed at that May 1st deadline. So I agree with your advice. Folks should take a look at the site, the Instagram site. It's a real fun read. I will take this break to plug the Arlington High School men's lacrosse car wash on May 17th here at the high school at the circle by the daycare building. May 17th is a Sunday from 12 to 3. So come get the winter washed off your car by these brawny young men who will make it sparkle.
Like this is pretty good framing.
Been a bit of brawling this season.
There
but
has.
Hopefully,
I regret the use
hopefully
of that
it's
adjective.
more brawny than brawling.
I regret the use of that adjective, but they will definitely make your car shine.
So Austin White's going to come out. He's going to take the first face-off. Arlington's been quite successful in face-offs today. I think they're about 6 out of 7, maybe. He's out there with Lexi Troposis and Will Keneally. The rest of the lineups are the same that we started the game with. Balls on the ground, and looks like still being fought over. Nobody's able to hold possession for more than a second, but Stoneham had a chance and then threw it out of bounds. So it'll be Arlington ball. Steve Moyer will bring it up from behind his net. See if they can get it into the foreground, the offensive zone cleanly. Ref whistles the play live. Moyer, oh no, that's Moyer has moved the ball to
Will Keneally.
Will Keneally, who's pushed out of bounds, and Stoneham's going to take over. So good defense there by Stoneham, as Arlington's not able to cleanly move it into the offensive zone. Austin White is still out there. He's out there with Lexi Troposis. Bill Dorgan running onto the field now.
Oh, darn it.
And quick shot was that number 4 who scored.
I believe it was. Yep, they are giving him high fives.
Number 4 for Stoneham makes the score a little closer, 4-3. Number 4 is Cosmos Fellow. 11:20 to go in the third. If Arlington can win this faceoff cleanly this time, get the ball into the offensive zone. Again, it's Austin White out there. Ball's on the ground.
Good opportunity
Austin chases it down.
Excellent.
Gets it. Got multiple people on him. Fights through several checks. Tries to make a pass. Goes to the ground. Carter Houseman picks it up. And Arlington's going to have time to change its personnel. Swap out the midfielders. The ball moves over to Keneally from Houseman.
Ryan Hart came into the game.
Ryan Hart and
George Barris.
George Barris. So Ryan Hart's going to move the ball over to Houseman. Houseman opening ball back to the X position behind to Joe DiPlacido. Brother Chris DiPlacido moves out behind the net. Stick check from Stoneham puts the ball on the ground. There's a battle for it, and Arlington comes away with it. That's George Barris who recovers, and he moves the ball over to Will Keneally. Will Keneally, spinning from his left to his right, goes back to Chris DiPlacido just behind the net. He's looking for somebody to cut. Arlington moving into formation, but nothing has come open yet. Joe DiPlacido makes a cut. Chris didn't like it. Now Chris comes out from behind the X. Stoneham defense switches quickly. Going to walk it up and then eventually throw it over to Carter Houseman. Now we're back set up at the top of the net. High pass corralled by Keneally. It's back to Joe DiPlacido. Back out to Houseman. Houseman gives it over to Barris. Barris is going to try to run it in. Runs into trouble, but a quick shot. Wow, he's able to spin through 2 defenders. Nice shot there.
Excellent
by
work
George
by
Barris.
George Barris.
So the score is now Arlington 5, Stoneham 3. We have first scoring bunch today. We have Chris DiPlacido, Joe DiPlacido, Ryan Hart, Will Keneally and George Barris all notching goals.
Nice to see a lot of contributors.
Austin White is out again for the face-off with Lexi Troposis and senior John Snyder. Austin wins it cleanly. He's got multiple people attacking him. He's going to try to go all the way to the net and then decides better of it, moves the ball over to Christy Placido, and Austin will go off the field. Snyder will recover. Snyder will also come off the field. Bodie Jardalisa comes on for White, as well as Will Keneally comes out for Snyder. Bodie Jardalisa working against the Stone defender. He's checked. Spins the ball behind. Joe DiPlacido over to Ryan Hart, and up top again to Will Keneally, working with a 5-3 lead with 8 minutes left in the third. Keneally's going to try a bouncing shot that goes high of the net.
Happy to have the chase by Christy Placido on that recover.
Placido's working on number 3. There's a pick set by Bodie Lisa. Defender is able to avoid it. Spins the ball out to Ryan Hart. Ryan Hart fakes a shot. Instead goes behind the net to Bodie Jardalisa. Bodie over to Carter Houseman. Carter Houseman runs into 2 defenders. And we're resetting again at the top. That's Christy Placido. Takes the shot, but doesn't have good control of it. It spins out of his webbing and goes far wide of the net.
It's that kind of weather where the water may start to have an impact on their ball control.
Balls been out. Players call those balls greasers.
Yep.
And Stoneham recovers. Stoneham defenseman taps it over to his goalie. And Stoneham's going to have a few seconds to try to bring this forward. They've had a little bit of trouble clearing the ball today.
Good
There's
ride
good
by
pressure
Chris.
here by Chris, and then Joe DiPlacido, long pass to the midfield. Clean fielding by Stoneham. Trying to bring the game a little closer, and we have a clearing out foul against Stoneham number 12, who sort of used his forearm to shove away Keneally, and that'll be Arlington ball. So Troposis is going to have it. Tries to make a long pass, wild pass. Doesn't connect with George Barris. Goes out of bounds. But apparently off Stoneham, so Arlington's going to keep possession. So that's Barris charging towards the net.
Finished by Joe.
And finished by Joe DiPlacido. So was that an assist by Barris? And
I believe it was, yeah.
that'll be Joe DiPlacido's second goal of the game. He had 2 goals against Lexington the other day, which I later learned, Kate, was the first time Arlington beaten Lexington in 8 years.
Correct. I learned that as well from my son that evening.
That apparently was talk of the locker room. So we're going to have Austin White taking the face-off again. He's been out for the last couple. Haven't seen Grable for a few minutes. Ashton Ellis is out at long stick for Lexi Troposis, and Snyder.
Good hustle
is
by
out there.
Ashton.
Ball's on the ground, and we're going to possession Arlington. So this is going to go off. Oh, nope, it's going to be possession Stoneham, excuse me. Stoneham's going to try to bring the score back to 2 as Arlington maintains a 6-3 lead.
I'd like a few more for cushion, if I'm honest.
Moyer adding pressure number 24. They're going to back off, bring it all the way out past the 35-yard line. Stoneham now shooting on the goal to my right, east side of the Pierce Field.
You got to watch out for those quick release. Those are hard for Derek to defend against today.
Ball's on the ground,
Loose.
knocked loose. Battle for it. Scrum in front of the net, and Derek Wolf comes away with it. He's He's going to make a pass, but it's deflected by Stoneham. Snyder was there to pick it up.
Great hustle.
And he finds Austin White. Arlington has a 4-on-3.
Oh.
Trick shot by Joe DiPlacido doesn't work, but he's able to poke it on the ground over to Carter Hausman as Arlington brings in offensive midfielder personnel.
I like to imagine the dinner table replay at the DiPlacido household after these games.
Have the ball moving up to Ryan Hart, who's out again at midfield. He's with Keneally Barris. Hart chucks it back to DiPlacido. DiPlacido moves it over to Hausman. Can afford to take their time here with a 3-goal lead. 5 minutes left in the third, trying to get the best shot. Carter Hausman finds Joe DiPlacido wide open in front of the net, but they didn't quite connect on that. Ball goes out top to Chris DiPlacido. Aggressive pressure provided by number 3, long stick for Stoneham. Brian Hart spinning, and the shot deflected, almost rolls in, but Stoneham's able to recover. So 4 minutes left, and Stoneham's going to try to bring it out. Go to a long pass. They're successful. Stoneham ball in the offensive zone. Alexi Chabosis comes on to provide defense. He's out there with Keneally and Dylan McCann. That's Ryan Skull working behind the net, down by the football end zone. Multiple stick pokes and checks.
He's really got 20 pinned down back there.
Stoneham is quite a distance from the net. Try a new approach, set up again way out at the 40-yard line. Before looking to see somebody can get open for him. He's working against McGeehan. Now Keneally comes to add pressure.
Oh boy.
And that left number 6 wide open in front of the net, but he wasn't able to take a clean shot. John Snyder comes on as Keneally goes off. We've got just under 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Stoneham working with a 3-goal deficit. They're going to need to start scoring to catch up here. Before spinning against Snyder, over to 12. Pass doesn't connect, but 14. I don't know who's going to be able to recover. So now they're pinned. Arlington's going to try to push them out of bounds. Ball's on the ground. Stoneham stuck in that corner of the end zone behind the 5-yard line. Now they're able to get it all the way out top again. Had possession here for about 2 minutes. 2 shots on goal. They'll slow it down again. That's number 4, Cosmo Cicarella, who has one of Stoneham's goals today. Down to 16. Snyder applies pressure on number 12. 12 running with a one-legged style here. I'm not sure if it's a style. He's got shorts on, but single wrap leg.
Definitely lacrosse style, if you will. Not sure what the purpose is if you're not a face-off guy.
It's way out to the 40-yard line. Stoneham had possession here for several minutes. Seeing Grable's got his helmet off on the sideline, so he might not be coming back.
Oh boy, I did not see him get hit or anything.
Austin White has been out for the last bunch of face-offs, so afternoon might be over. Lexi Traposis applying pressure, number 24 for Stoneham.
Keep it so it doesn't hit that.
Keep it up top. Oh, then again falls down. Left an opportunity for a shot, but it was wide of the net. No damage done. Pressure.
He's back without missing a beat.
Let's get 12 as a ball home.
Right, very close pressure, number 14.
I think 12 might be
Ray.
a
20.
Oh,
20 seconds left in the third period. Arlington's been defending here for about 4 minutes. Oh, wow.
Darn.
That was a good play by number 4, Cosmo Cigarello. That's his second goal of the game. A lot of work went into that one for Stoneham. Arlington provided good defense right up to the last moment, but really good individual play by Cosmo brings the score to 6-4 with 11 seconds to go. That's enough time for Arlington to get a quick goal.
Win a face-off and put it in the net.
First goal of the game came at about 11 or 12 seconds in. So we'll have Austin White take the face-off. He's out there with Will Keneally and Ashton Ellis. The clock on your TV shows 7 seconds. The clock here at the stadium shows 11. Austin comes up with it. Picked by Ashton Ellis. He goes off the field.
Oh, dear.
And pass from Austin to Tyler Houseman doesn't connect. And that'll be it for the third period with Arlington holding on to a 6-4 lead. Take a 1-minute break and we'll have 12 minutes of action left. Another close game between these two teams. Last year's game, a 5-4 win for Arlington.
I'd rather do this than the time.
Arlington's currently on a 2-game winning streak, hoping to make it 3 games. And here's the replay of the last goal from number 4 from, oh, sorry, that was the last Arlington goal. Let's see that one again. Here's the goal from Stoneham with 13 seconds left.
It's just a nice shot with a bounce. Yep. Tough to defend that. For Derek, anyways, for sure.
So we'll see what Coach Prescott has in store for his team. I thank ACMi for providing all this wonderful equipment, all this training, all this staff. They're funded by a small fee on your cable bill. So those of you who haven't cut the cord yet are providing service to all of us, as well as some funding from the town of Arlington and generous donors.
I guess I should stop nagging my husband then. I keep telling him we should cut the cable.
Well, your fee goes to all this great equipment.
He'll hold that over my head for sure. Oh, the equipment was donated.
Apparently all of the equipment in here was donated by a generous supporter, and it's a lot of screens, a lot of dials, a lot of great work.
A lot of things I don't know how to run.
We're going to have a face-off here with 12 minutes to go. Lexi Traposis out. Austin White again taking the face-off as Grable is,
Will Grable?
Will Grable's on the sidelines.
Still has his helmet off?
Occasionally been calling him John Grable.
Oh, that's his younger brother.
Because my daughter played hockey with him.
Another fierce athlete. And the oldest, Abby Grable, plays soccer at Assumption College in Worcester. So a family of great athletes, those Grables.
We have a whistle, and it'll be Stoneham ball. I think that was out of bounds. Both teams are at 6-on-6. The offensive zone. Austin White stays on to play defense. He's out with Lexi Traposis and John Snyder. The close D are the same.
No shot, guys. Oh.
And good save there by Derek Wolf. Clean shot. Got around to the defenseman Morgan. Clean opening. Leon Snyder provides a big hit. And runs past another Stoneham defender, drops the ball on the ground, and it's going to be scooped up by Stoneham. So they're going to get another chance with 11 minutes to go in the game. Stoneham long stick defenseman moves it into the offensive zone. Arlington's got to make a quick switch to bring defensive personnel out, and we're going to get a flag against Dorgan. Stoneham is going to try to work the ball to their advantage, but there's a stop and play. Dorgan is going to have to come out and sit for a minute, I think.
I got an update on Will Grable. He was slashed. Waiting to see the trainer about a bad bump on his elbow right now. Cross your fingers, that's not serious.
Real-time reporting from one of our sideline reporters.
Rain's really coming down now.
10 minutes to go. The conditions may start to impact the play. We'll probably see some more wide shots. We've already seen a bunch of those. So Dorgan is going to go off for a penalty, and Frank Falcone will come on to take his spot. Stoneham will try to make it a one-goal game with 10 minutes left. And, man advantage. Ball play is whistled on. That's number 24 for Stoneham, spinning it up to number 14, who's got 2 goals today. Number 4 has got the other 2 goals. Those 2 are the primary scorers. They're up at the top, passing it back and forth on the 30-yard line. Moves it over to number 24. 14 thinks about a shot, but there's good defense there by Ian. Ball hits the ground. There's a chase for it. Stoneham comes away with it. We're back at even strength, but a shot by number 12. That was a goal, his first of the game. Number 12 is Brian Alves. So now it's a 1-goal lead for Arlington. They've been in control most of the game.
We got to hold on to that control.
But doesn't show on the scoreboard. So Austin White is going to come on and try to win this face-off. He's going up against number 8 for Stoneham. 8 for Stoneham, I believe, is... he's not on the roster that I have. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Austin White. So Arlington will get a chance here. They're going to switch their personnel. Austin runs past 2 defenders. Goes over to Christy Placido. Neely comes out. Austin White jogs off. George Barris comes on. Ball's at X with Joe DiPlacido. Joe DiPlacido up to his brother Chris. Over to George Barris. 9 minutes to go. Arlington holding a 6-5 lead on a rainy May 6th. As we watch the Arlington Spy Ponders face off against the Stoneham Spartans in Middlesex League action. There's a check from Stoneham defender. Looked like Christy Placido was trying to make a pass, but the
wet
ball was wet and spun out. So it'll be Stoneham ball, and they'll have a chance to tie it with 8:53 left. Not seeing much urgency from either team right now. And number 6 turns on some speed, able to get past Carter Houseman and throw the ball forward. Stoneham's going to work with it in the offensive zone. Thick check there for Alexi Traposis. Ryan Skull comes away with it, and he's going to be able to move it over to Derek Wolf. And that was a good defensive session for Arlington. Let's see if they can get it out. John Snyder bobbles the ball, but comes away with it. He passes it quickly over to Ryan Hart. Arlington's going to try to work quickly. Passes didn't connect, probably because of this, possibly because of slippery. But Christy Placido comes out with a wild pass, well over the head of Will Keneally. He's not able to corral it. Stoneham comes away with it. So just a short possession for Arlington there.
A little bit of bad news bears lacrosse from both teams for a few seconds.
And the ball gets knocked loose again. Moves into the Arlington zone. On the ground, picked up by Stoneham, and we're going to get a whistle for Stoneham over and back, or maybe it's going to be a timeout. We'll see. Looks like it's a timeout. So we have a timeout here with 7 minutes and 46 seconds on the scoreboard. Arlington Spy Ponders holding a 6-5 lead. And that was the goal by number 8, George Barris, his first of the game. And then Stoneham's response, running bounce shot by number 4. For 2 goals today, that was Cosmo Cicarello. For Arlington staff, we have a great team here today working cameras, control panels, microphones. Thank you to them all.
And a thank you to you, John, for volunteering to do the play-by-play today.
Thank you, Kate, for joining me and allowing me not to have to talk to myself and read casserole recipes at length to keep myself amused. All right, so with 7 minutes, 46 seconds, we got 9 Arlington lacrosse players, actually 10 Arlington lacrosse players in the field and 8 students working in the control booth from middle school to high school. So that's
It's a team effort, team effort all around.
18 students from Arlington High School actively working the game. Hacky sack game on the sideline seems to have subsided, I guess. Everyone's locked in for these final 7 minutes. Number 14 got 2 goals today. He's going to work against Snyder, who's out there with Lexi Prosis. And Dylan McGann for the midfielders. Same defensive threesome is out there of Moyer, Dorgan, and Skull. A whistle for, he's good. I think the official decided to change the ball. Maybe it was wet or something. Officials again today are Dylan Davies and Alan Snyder. So Stoneham's coming at a high angle shot. They score, and it's a tie game with 6 minutes to go. Little excitement on the small Stoneham sidelines. They only have 5 extra players. But Arlington's going to need to pick it up here. They had a lot of possession, had a lot of chances, came out to an early lead. The lead was 4 goals at one point. But now it's a 6-6 game, and they're going to have to battle it out.
Starts now, I guess.
Austin White out for the faceoff. He's out with Keneally and Posis. Ball's on the ground. Both players run by it. Posis battles for it. Player on the ground. And it's going to be a penalty against Arlington. That'll be Stoneham ball. 6:33, and Stoneham has an opportunity to take their first lead of the game as Dylan McGann races out. Bill Dorgan working against number 12. Riding pressure way high up at the 40-yard line. And that's McGann eyeing his Stoneham counterpart. Stoneham calls out a play. Number 4 goes back to the X position. Not a lot of movement from the Stone players, but we got a penalty here. We'll see what the official's decision is. Stoneham coach doesn't seem to agree with whatever the decision is by the referee. He's hanging his head, puts his hands on his head, folded behind, and it looks like that's must be going against Stoneham. Does appear to be unhappy with the call. Actually, it might be a call against Arlington, but apparently maybe Stoneham coach thought it should have been more severe. So Arlington's only got 5. They're playing a man down.
Boy, they want to keep it interesting, huh?
And Posis pressuring. Stoneham trying to find an opening with their man advantage. Dorgan goes out to attack. And Stoneham takes their first lead of the game. That was number 12 with his second consecutive goal. Number 12 is, sorry for Stoneham fans, Brian Alves. So Arlington's in an unfamiliar position today. They're down by a goal with 5:38 left after leading comfortably for most of the game. Austin White comes up with the ball, battles through a few people. Arlington's got to take carefully and a quick goal by Joe DiPacido. That is his third goal of the game. Arlington comes right back just about 10 seconds after the Stoneham goal and answers to tie the game.
Okay. I think we just had to remember how to play for a second.
All
We're
right,
back in it.
7-7. That was Austin White, the freshman, with an assist.
Yep.
Okay, Austin's going to try to replicate that with the next face-off. Official eyeing them as they set up. Whistle's blown, ball's on the ground, loose. Stoneham player falls to the ground. All 6 midfielders battling for it.
It's a scrum.
Right around the Spy Ponder logo. Multiple people fall over. Stoneham comes away with it, and we're going to get a long shot. Bounces higher than net. And it will be Arlington ball.
Good hustle by Derek Wolf to get that chase and get possession back.
So if Arlington can clear it cleanly, we'll have a chance to take the lead. Ball moves over the sideline to Ryan Hart. Hart able to advance it, but with a wild pass, bounces off of Carter Houseman. He's able to tip it in just before it goes out of bounds to Keneally. Arlington will settle it down for just a second as it goes over to Christy Placido. Up top to Ryan Hart as he waits for George Barris to enter the field.
Oh dear.
Ball bounces off of his stick. And it goes over to Carter Houseman. Teams are even strength with 4:30 left in the game. On a rainy but mild April day here in...
I think we're in May, believe it or not.
May. Not accurate.
It doesn't quite feel like it.
Not accurate on months, not accurate on players. Ball is going to be Arlington's ball. That's Carter Houseman with it, working on number 6. Puts his back to him, spins around him, and a quick snipe just over the goal line from Carter Houseman makes it score 8-7 Arlington. That's Houseman's first goal of the game. 4 minutes to go. 2 quick goals in the last 2 minutes from Arlington after Stoneham took their first lead of the game. Seems to have taken the wind out of Stoneham Spartans' sails a little bit. We'll see if Arlington can press its advantage as, again, Austin White is out for the face-off. He's there with John Snyder and Lexi Chaprosis. Ball's on the ground. Battles. Stoneham recovers this time. We've had a little more luck with the face-offs in the second period. There's a flag against Arlington. So Stoneham's going to have a chance to take a shot. Okay, Arlington's going to pick it up, and we're going to get the whistle and find out what this penalty is.
Sorry, someone is touching.
When I say find out what this penalty is, I don't mean that you and I will find out what this penalty is. I believe that people on the sideline will find out what the penalty is. We're in the dark. But I do see number 29 going off the field. John Snyder as Austin White. So we will play 6 Spartans versus 5 Spy Ponders plus a goalie at 3:40 left in the game. Arlington clean to a 8-7 lead. Stoneham has a couple dangerous goal scorers. They have 3 scorers, each with 2 goals each. One of them is that number 4 with the ball right now.
Oh boy.
Shot is loose on the ground.
Got to be White in this moment.
Fought by multiple people. We've got almost all 6 players right around the ball right now. Pops loose again. Nobody's able to take possession. Multiple checks. Stoneham comes away with it. And they're going to try to press their luck. Long pass from 14. Oh, last second block by Skull.
Great
Saved
job,
a
Ryan
goal
Skull.
there. And
Derek White's
Wolf
pulling
is
it in.
gonna
Derek Wolf's
cover
pulling
it.
it into the.
Derek.
Oh,
Ball rolls out of bounds, chased by a Stoneham player. Possession, there'll be a big decision here for the
Ooh,
officials,
for
and they're going to go Arlington. So Arlington's going to be able to hold possession with 2:51, and they can burn the clock here, but they've got to get it out of their zone cleanly. A long pass over to Lexi Traposis right at the 50. That was uncovered by Stoneham, and an easy clear for Arlington. Oh, Joe DiPlacido tries to swing it over to Chris DiPlacido. The pass didn't connect,
Oh, we
but the
were
Stoneham
saved
player
by that
was
touch by
not
Stoneham.
able to bring it in, and so 2:36 left in the game. Joe DiPlacido working with it. Arlington can burn the clock and wait for a good opportunity here. Joe DiPlacido still single coverage from Stoneham. Wide shot goes out of bounds. Arlington wins the foot race. With 2:20 left, 1 goal lead. Arlington will.
A shout out
Try to
to
get-
Maura DiPlacido that was a good chase by Joe.
Moore is not afraid to criticize her kids. And,
With all the love in the
them that-
world.
Yeah. Yeah, she wants to see them hustle. Number 5, Carter Houseman's got the ball. He's going to work against George Barris. Oh, he was
Oh,
de-twigged
de-twigged.
by number 6 from Stoneham, but we're going to get a whistle. Nope, no whistle. Mouth guard on the ground, but no penalty flag, and some confusion.
Thought I heard whistles.
Somebody's upset.
Somebody's angry. Oh,
1 minute, 43 seconds to go. Arlington's got to provide some tight defense here. Ball moves out to number 4. Goal scorer. He's pressured by Snyder.
no.
Into 14. Good shot. That was a good opportunity for Stoneham, but it wasn't a goal, and we've got 1:25 left as Dylan Leanne comes racing on the field. 1:22. Stoneham with 1 goal deficit they're trying to make up. And we get a timeout. So with 1:14 left in the game, Stoneham calls a timeout, try to come up with a play to tie this game.
The benches, the coaches, and even the side fans here are coming alive in this last minute.
You can feel the excitement running through Pierce Field. It's electric.
Boogie woogie we got it.
I said before you did this quarter.
So I believe if you walk in the evening tonight, you're going to be able to see, well, you won't be able to see because it's cloudy, but both Jupiter and Venus are in the early sky, and the moon is a waxing gibbon.
John, some astronomy.
We like to provide our fans with a full picture of the celestial as well as weather conditions
Sign on
for
to
a
men's
game.
lacrosse
You
for
never- you
full
never-
weather and
I mean, we are blaming some of those errant shots on
On the
the
moon.
water, but it easily could have been an additional gravitational force the players were unfamiliar with because of the moon cycle. Hard to say for sure.
as the players come back onto the field here next week, Thursday, senior night here at Pierce Field. Festive event. Lots of Arlington lacrosse kids a part of those festivities. Come on down for that fun.
So Stoneham starts with the ball. Working with it is number 12. He's at about the 30-yard line. That's Lexi Traposis providing, that's Phil Dorgan providing pressure. 1 minute to go. Pick. Dorgan is able to run through it. And Arlington providing pressure quite far from that. They're not going to give Stoneham a chance to get much closer. So Stoneham player at X. He's pressured by Snyder. Runs by Snyder. Pass, centering pass. Goes out past the net. Over to the other side of the field, and it'll be Arlington ball. So they'll have 34 seconds to kill the clock, maintain possession. Wide, kind of wild pass to Joe DiPlacido. Not sure he was, Chris DiPlacido, I'm not sure he was ready for it. Ball on the ground. There's a scrum for it, but he comes up with it, and we're going to get a whistle. Timeout, Arlington. Arlington will have 23 seconds. Coaches like to use their timeouts with some strategy. In those highly contested moments, if you have possession, the coach can call a timeout and get it free when you come back after the timeout. This would be Arlington's third win in a row. They have several more games left in the year. I think they're still to play.
Watertown.
Arlington following games playing Melrose on Tuesday the 12th. That's an away game. Melrose also has very good community television. Hopefully they'll be broadcasting that game for those who have to watch from home. Followed by a game against Watertown on Thursday the 14th. And the final game of the year will be Arlington against Newton South. That's Thursday, May 21st, a 6:30 game at Newton South High School.
Where's the ball?
And with any luck, maybe a bid into the playoffs.
Maybe a playoff game after Memorial Day weekend. So Austin White's going to have the ball. That's who the coaches decide he wants to bring it in with 23 seconds left. Stoneham's got to get a turnover. See if Austin can run around for 20 seconds and not even make a pass. He's got 3 people on him, makes a quick pass to the wide open Carter Houseman. He's got 3 people on him, and he's going to just throw it into the air with no time left on the clock, and Arlington will win its third in a row. A little tighter than it seemed like it was going to be at the start of the game, but a victory nonetheless. 8-7, Arlington Spy Ponders over the Stoneham Spartans. Thank you, Kate Lucen, my partner. I'm John Ellis. And thank you to all our team here at ACMi. And again, Noah Redford, Kyle Jolly, Nate Brooks, Grace Torres, Yasmin Burlew. And we're going to watch a few highlights here from the game. Replay 1. Arlington goal, number 8, George Barris. Stoneham goal from number 4. That made the score 3-1.
Camera 2 is following Stoneham, camera 1 has to follow Arlington. Camera 1's game. Handheld, please, you can bring it back.
We have a handheld camera for some of our shots, as well as our close and wide angle shots from here at the control booth.
No, enough.
That was the snipe from Healy, I believe.
I'm good. Wait, I'm good.
Make sure you like and follow our ACMi and the ACMi Sports channel on YouTube, where these will be posted in perpetuity. And we're out. Thanks everyone for watching. We appreciate the opportunity to bring this game to you. Thank you to ACMi for their support and the many staff from Arlington High School, Arlington Middle School, and parents, volunteers who made it all possible. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next